Hello guys, so welcome to your day 19 of your Python programming class. If you've come this far, then yeah, you've actually done really well. So today we are not going to be taking so much of your time. Today is just going to be something very interesting about what we learned yesterday. It's just something new to what we learned yesterday, just an addition. Alright, so today we're going to be learning what we call the classes, inheritance. So if we do have time, we're going to talk about polymorphism, but I'm not sure we're going to be having the time to talk about that. Alright, so what exactly do I mean by inheritance? So inheritance is basically like saying, oh, I have a father, then I have a mother, then I have a child, and then the child is has inherited properties of the father, and he has also inherited properties of the mother. All right. So that is exactly what inheritance is all about. So in this case, there are some times whereby you want to build a game or you want to write a game program whereby you have more or less like, or let's say you're trying to build a chess program. So you have the knight have it has its own properties. The queen also have her own properties. Then we have some that have some properties of some other people, like the king. It has some extraordinary moves that it can make compared to some others. So it has some properties that some of the others also have. So that's exactly what we're trying to illustrate here in real life. Well, let's just let's just try and build something and then illustrate this inheritance to you guys. So let's try and build a class called um, so let's build a class called father. So let's have father to be this way, innate, self. So print this is the constructor for father. Okay, so let's just create a variable, um, global to the function. So self dot father. Um, let's just create it this way. So and it's gonna return something. So let's have another function called okay, ask name father. So this is going to be asking the name of the father. So let's say name is str input what is the name of your father, right? um, so okay, that's to be double quotation. All right, so print your father's, okay, let's just use double quotation to just, your father's name is name. Okay, so let's just, the moment the father's name is declared, let's fill up this variable with the name of the father. All right, so we are going to be doing the same thing for the mother. So let's just copy and paste. Let's create another class called mother. Mother. Let's just use a constructor for mother. Mother. And just make it as. All right. So let's say mother. All right. So ask name mother. So what is the name of your mother? So your mother's name, mother's name, mother's name is that. All right, so let's now go ahead to create the child. So this is the parent, the first. This is the first, the father who is the first of head of the family. We have the mother, the second. Then let us have the child. So class child. So in this case, this child is a class that's going to be inheriting the properties of the father and of the mother. So how do we do that? To do that, for this new class to inherit these two properties, we are going to be writing it this way. So inherit the property of your father first, then inherit the property of your mother next. So when you write it this way, you're basically trying to say you have a class called father, so go and find father, a class called father, and then whatever the properties of the father is, let us make sure the child has the properties. And the same thing, the mother. So the child can also have his own the child can also have his own init function, initialization. Don't forget the initialization function is a function that gets initialized whenever the class, the instantiated class gets called automatically. So you have now the next thing you need to do is to make is to declare that the father and the mother are both are basically super functions, like declare them as um, an inherited property for the child. So to do that, you have something like this: father dot init self, then mother dot init self. Now, what exactly are we trying to do here? We've already declared that the father and mother are both uh, they are both we are trying to make the child inherit the properties of the father and the mother. So what we are basically trying to do here is actually um, to initialize the father and the mother right in the child's class, and that has to be done in the init function. Now, this happens such that when you call the child, every this init function of the father gets to run, then the init function of the mother also gets to run. So that is what is actually happening here. Okay, so the next thing, okay, let's add some few things. Let's just say print, um, okay, print I am the child, right? Okay, so just don't return anything. All right, so now let's go ahead to test if this child has the following properties. Let's see if this child has the property of, since it has inherited the father and the mother, then we can basically say the child's object dot ask mother, ask name of mother should work. Then child object dot ask name of father should also work. All right, so let's do this. So let's create an object called son, and then um, let's pass on this way. So we can say son dot, of course, before we can basically print out the name of the father or the mother, we first of all have to ask first. So let's ask name father, and then son dot ask name mother. All right, so after asking for the name of the father and asking for the name of the mother, so the next thing is let's go ahead and print name of the father is son dot father. Of course, now I'm going to explain something right now, but let's just write this program first. Name of the mother is um, son dot mother. All right, so now let me basically explain something. This little class has inherited the properties of the father and the mother. So because it has inherited the properties of the father and the mother, we can basically say that we can basically initialize the class of the child, and then basically ask what is your father's name, then what is your mother's name, right? And then we are going to provide the details. Of course, this will get called, then this we also get called, and then we can now say, Mr. Man, what is your father's name? Oh, your father's name is this person's father's name is this person's mother's name is that. So that is that. So let us run the program and let's click on F5. So we have, all right, awesome. So what is my father's name? So let's go ahead and answer. Father's name is Felix. Okay. What's your mother's name? Brian. Oh, it says your mother's name is Brian. Name of father is Felix. Name of, why is it printing name of mother the second time? Mother. Okay. Okay, yeah, your father's name is this, your mother's name is that. Yeah, normal, normal, normal. So we can basically see that our program actually worked fine, as expected. So what exactly am I trying to pass across to you guys? We have the father, we have the mother. The father and the mother are super class. They are the parents' classes. So the child, this class, who that is inheriting from the father and the mother, is the child class. So in this case, both father and mother have the same hierarchy because they are parents to this child. All right, so that's just gonna be hit about inheritance. Inheritance. So this child inherited the practice of his father. So we can basically say, um, now what am I trying to? Now let me just talk about a bit of polymorphism. Polymorphism is basically, I will want you guys to just check it out what it's all about. Polymorphism just basically deals with the fact that you're trying to create more instances of a particular class. You're trying to create more replicates, trying to create more replicates of a particular class, making creating various objects from a particular class. So in this case, how do I best explain it? It's more or less like you're trying to build a game of a soldier and a king. So you can have soldier A, soldier B, soldier D, soldier E, soldier F. So soldier A, B, C, D, E, F, they all have the same class. So you can basically, for right now, I can say I have a son called son son A is going to be inheriting the child's class. So as I can also have a son B, is also going to be inheriting the child's class. I can also have the son C, is also going to be inheriting the child's class. So what exactly is this? This is basically what we call polymorphism, whereby you're trying to have more replicates of of a particular class. Like you are trying to have more replicates of objects, but the same class. So that is what I'm trying to say. So in this case, I can say son A. Now, son A doesn't mean does son A and son B and son C. That doesn't mean they both have the same father or the same mother. So if I say son A dot um, ask, or let's just replicate it here and say um, okay, so let's just do this. Um, Ask name, then def set name, set father name, self name. So just go ahead and self dot father. Okay, this mother. Set dot mother is equals to name. Return nothing. Sorry, this mother. So set mother name, then we can also go ahead and set father name. Alright, so set father name, so set, yeah, father. So now I'm just going to be demonstrating polymorphism here. Alright, father, mother, father, mother. Alright, child. So instead of asking for the name, I'm not going to ask for the name, so I'm just going to say son, the first son, which is this son A. Let me just cut it, then paste it here. Um, son A dot set mother name. So set father name. So let's set the father name to Felix. Um, then let's son A set mother name to Bolu. Then son B is just gonna take the same replicates. So instead of this, just gonna have so yeah, so son. So this is gonna be B. let me just make it small letter. So B, B. So let me just say, let me give the father's name to be Yinka. Let me set the mother's name to be Brian. Let me set. Okay, let's just be okay for just these two. So we can say son, blah blah blah. So print son. The first son. This is A. This is another A. Then this is B, and this is another B. So save. So you can go ahead and delete this. So now let's run the program. So by default, so we have this. So it says this is a constructor for father, blah blah blah. Then it says name of the father is Felix, name of the mother is Bolo, name of the father is Yinka, name of the mother is Brian. So what exactly is happening here? It's not. It's just that what exactly is happening is that you can keep having a lot of instances of the same class. So that is exactly what polymorphism is, having more objects of the same thing. Do you get it? But they all have the same properties, the same attributes, the same. So they are just following basically this same architecture defined up here. That's all. So you can just keep having, instead of you trying to rewrite the same architecture for each of all these entities, you can have thousands of all these entities being created, and they are going to have unique informations to themselves. So that is exactly what polymorphism is all about. So I want to believe you learned something. So tomorrow, see you tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about something more interesting than this. So see you tomorrow. Bye.